Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to Teachopedia. In today's video, we will be working on COVID-19 data of Pakistan. We will be using machine learning approach for predicting COVID-19 cases, and in machine learning, we will use time series based forecasting models. I have already scraped, extract and clean up necessary data which contain data in daily format. So what are we waiting for? Let's get straight into it. We will be working on Kaggle notebook, and as I already mentioned, I have done the cleaning data part. So let's import first the necessary libraries which we will be needing in this notebook. So this library is related to ARIMA models, and these are related to profit model, which is related to forecasting, and we will using for visualization plotly library, and then we have pandas library as well. So in the data file I already have my Pakistan data that imported. So let's just read this Excel file, and after that let's print the header first. So as you can see, there are total 6 columns. We have date column, then we have province, or you can say state, then we have individual cities, and in individual cities we have new cases, number of cured cases, and then number of death cases. Now let's check for null values if there is any, and just to make sure that we are using the right data type, our string variable, that is our state or province and city, are an object, and then we have date time column, and then we have 3 integer column. Now let's check when it when this coronavirus get started in Pakistan. What was the start date? And it was around 26th of February 2020, and today is now 29th April. So let's first copy this data frame into Pakistan data, and now we will create 4 new columns, and that will be related to total number of confirmed cases, total number of recovered cases, then total number of death cases, and the total number of active cases right now in Pakistan. So this is related to, because the data we have, it's in the daily data format, so we have to aggregate the data so that we can identify what number of confirmed cases we have and what number of recovered and death cases we have. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just using a basic formula for keeping track of confirmed cases, recovered and death cases, and just adding the new cases with the previous confirmed case value. And if the index is 0, I just copy the new case into the total number of cases. Active cases formula is little bit of different. It will be like the addition of active cases, then new cases, and then the subtraction from death cases and cured cases. So let's import, let's print it out, and just to check, we will print the header first. Now we have for each date, we have new cases, cured cases, death cases, and total number of confirmed cases, recovered, deaths, and active cases. As you can see, if we sum these first two rows, it will be 2 confirmed cases, and then we have third, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and then as you can see, we have active number of cases going increasing. Now let's visualize something, the number of cases, death, and cured cases overall in overall Pakistan. So as you can see, we have around 14278 new cases, total number of new cases, 2971 cured cases, 311 deaths, and then we have active cases 11618. So this is the pie chart look like. Moving on, let's print a scatter plot to identify the pattern. So it's keep increasing as the day is passing. This is the this is the large number of cases which we have got on April 26. Now let's check the total number of confirmed cases, recovered cases, and deaths in line chart. So as you can see, the cases are increasing day by day, and so does the deaths as well. We have around 311 deaths so far, and recovered patients is around 3,000, and we have got 15,000 confirmed cases. Now we will jump to forecasting model, and we will try to predict the upcoming cases in Pakistan. So for that, profit model needs two things. One is the target column and one is the date. So we are passing first the confirmed cases and the date column. So let's print it out. And as you can see, we have got the confirmed cases predicted versus the actual using profit model. So we are in a good shape that our model is predicting almost the same as we are getting on each day. So based on that, on April 30, it will be around 15.14k cases in overall Pakistan. And this number, it basically denotes what how number of which number of days you want for prediction. And in this I define 15, like I want to forecast for 15 days, 15 next days. So same procedure will be repeated with deaths and recovered cases. As you can see, this is the death cases graph, and this is the number of recovered cases using profit model. So now moving on, we will also use another model which is called ARIMA model, and we will just print its total confirmed cases. And there's another column which is related to seasonality, and that and it's called SARIMA model. So these two models are very linked. First one, the second one is related to seasonality, and the first one is without the seasonality. And this is the predicted. So it predict around 14.3015k tomorrow for April 30. This SARIMA model, and let's check the result of SARIMA model now. So these two models are very close to each other. As we can see, its value, predicted value. So now moving on, we will now focus on the province level. We first look at the mass level, that is the overall Pakistan confirmed cases, and now we will drill down into the province or state level. So for that, I group the data on the basis of date and province, and I get the sum of new cases, cured cases, and death cases, and I store that into province cases data frame. Then the same procedure, we are creating new columns which are confirmed cases, recovered deaths, and active cases. But now we try to map and create those column values which are related to a specific province. So before this, we are checking that first get only those data which belong to this province. that's is Sindh or Punjab. So it will get this data and it will calculate the confirmed cases, recovered death, and active cases for only that province. And after that, we will update our actual data frame with our new data. So it will replace or it will update those values which belong to that province. And then we just convert the type into integer as we will get float type after updating the data frame. Let's run it and check the data and print it out as well. So we are in a good shape. So now let's check the death rate and cured cases rate, and in the province level. So on the basis of province level, Punjab is on the top, then Sindh, then KPK, then Balochistan, then Gilgit-Baltistan, then Islamabad, and then Kashmir. The highest death rate is in KPK right now, and the highest number of active cases are in Punjab. The highest number of cured cases are in Gilgit-Baltistan. So moving on, we will be now the predicting the number of cases for Sindh. So I actually use LOC to get the data of province Sindh, and then I use the same theory which we used in the Pakistan level and predict about the confirmed cases, recovered cases, and the death cases. So here's the graph. As you can see, Prophet learns way much exactly the same as our data is generating. So on the basis of that, we can say that we can get around 5,000 on April 28, 5,400 on April 29 in Sindh. Same goes for deaths cases, and then same goes for recovered cases. And then now to predict about a particular city, we will be using group by function to get all the data of city on the basis of date and just group by. And then the same thing which we done in the province level, for each city we will be calculating confirmed cases, recovered death, and active number of cases. And then to check which city contains the most newer cases, we are using this code. So as you can see, Karachi is on the top, 3524 new cases and 3091 active cases. And if Peshawar is on the top in terms of death rate, and Hyderabad and Sakkar has the highest number of cured rate. So moving on, we will now get the data of Karachi city and we will try to predict the upcoming confirmed cases in that city and death as well, and recovered cases of Karachi city in the next 15 days or 30 days. Just change the parameter, not the number you like the most or you want to get predicted or forecast for how much days. Just mention that in this parameter. So as you can see, we get the result and we are in a good shape. So this was a little contribution from my side to figure out and to identify the patterns and try to predict the upcoming cases which can happen and or which can occur in Pakistan. And as you know, Allah knows the best, and what will happen in future we don't know. But these are just numbers, and we use this data to predict the next day's cases. I hope you enjoy this video. Stay home and maintain social distance. These are the key things through which we can overcome this pandemic, and we will inshallah. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.